The first card you have for your past is the King of Cups. I'm actually seeing isolation. I'm seeing isolation in this card. I don't think you were alone. You had people around you, I think, but maybe you felt a bit alone. This king's sitting on his throne. He's on top of a stone slab, but it looks as if he's kind of floating on water, kind of floating on the water, kind of a bit like an island right in the middle of all this water. So he's completely alone and he's surrounded by water. And I think you might have been having some problems communicating with people. I'm seeing that because you were around people, but you felt alone. So I can actually see one specific person who you were texting or calling, or you were trying to text and call them. You were trying to communicate with them. You had questions that you needed answers to, but they weren't answering you, or they weren't answering you properly. They weren't giving you the answers you needed to hear anyway. I'm also getting this feeling of trying to have practical conversations and trying to solve some practical issues with someone, but there are also emotions involved in this. It's a bit mixed up. I think, you were feeling emotional around this, but you also had to try to keep your emotions to yourself. You couldn't express these emotions. So maybe there was some kind of practical issue that you felt emotional about, moving on or something. I'm seeing some kind of movement because I'm seeing these waves moving up and down. And you're a bit sad about it, but it had to be done. So you had to try and put on a brave face, if that makes sense. Because if you look at this king, he's in a sea of emotion, but his face looks quite blank. He's not showing any feelings at all. And I think, you wanted to express your feelings, but you weren't able to. You felt that it wasn't appropriate or it wasn't right or something like that. And I am seeing moving. I'm seeing moving or traveling. I don't know if this is you who's moving or if it's someone else, but these practical conversations might have been around that maybe. This is all kind of starting to tie in now. I'm starting to see this. So it was like on the surface, this was about a practical thing, but there was a lot of emotion underneath this, rocky emotions, like the rocky sea on this card. But you were trying to keep these emotions under control and not show them because this king's on top of his emotions. So that's what I'm seeing in that. The next card you have your past is the Ace of Cups. So you were feeling very emotional. I'm just getting this feeling that there were a lot of memories around this. And again, I can't see whether this is you or someone else who was moving or whatever this was, this practical thing. But I keep on getting this feeling that someone's being pulled away from where they want to be. Again, for practical reasons. They don't want to be pulled away, but they have to be pulled away for some reason. So if this isn't you who's being pulled away or forced away, you were definitely involved in this in some way. You were very involved, deeply involved in this, and you probably still are. But for whoever is moving or whoever's feeling as if they're being forced to move or something like that, whether this is you or whether this is someone else, there is peace at the end of this process. I'm seeing that. So I know this probably all sounds really confusing, but I hope it's resonating with someone. I hope they know what this is all about, because I want someone to know, whoever this resonates with, I want you to know that there is going to be peace at the end of this process. With this beautiful dove on this card, it's going into this cup, it's going through this process, and at the other end of that, there's peace. So if this is you or if this is someone you're close to, just know there is peace at the end of this. There is going to be some more stress ahead before you or they can get to this place of peace, but it's there. Definitely, it's definitely there for you. So if you're going through this time of turmoil and stress and you feel like you're being pulled away or you're upset and all of that kind of thing, there's so much emotion around this with the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Just know that there will be peace at the end of this. Just know that. I hope that keeps you going if you're going through this stress. The last card you have for your past is the Queen of Pentacles. So I think someone really sees you as a part of their future, actually, a big part of their future. They definitely see a future in you, and they definitely see stability as well in you. this card can be about abundance, it can be about being comfortable, but it's not just about having things. It's not just about having things given to you either. It's about working for those things and growing into those things, deserving those things. And I think you might have experienced some kind of financial ups and downs since you started seeing this person that I'm seeing here, this person you're in a relationship with. And I think they either helped you out of a difficult situation or you helped them. It was something where someone helped someone and you got through this. Yeah, you both got over this. You both got over this difficult time together, with the emphasis being on together. Money problems can be make or break in relationships, and I think you've probably already passed that test together, so that's really, really good to see. I'm also seeing some extra money that might be coming into you as well. I'm not seeing a new job or anything like that. I think this might be something like a gift. Now, I think someone might just be offering this to you. I know this probably sounds a little bit crazy or whatever, but I am seeing someone coming into some kind of a windfall or some kind of money or something, and they just want to help you. They want to help you out. And you're very close to whoever this is, but it's still going to be a surprise that they can even do this, or that they'd want to do this, I think. Maybe they're not normally very generous. I don't know, but I am seeing a surprise, and I'm seeing someone being out of character as well. They wouldn't normally be this generous. But this is something that's coming to you. It's going to be a surprise. This is in the past, so it's probably that it's either about to come into their life or it has already and they're thinking about what they're going to do with it. I think they are going to offer you some kind of gift. That's what I'm seeing there. So the first card you have for your present is the Four of Cups. So yeah, there's hesitation coming from you. Say yes. Look at this man. He's saying no to an offer. Say yes. Say yes to this offer. There's something that they want you to have. They want you to have this gift. It might be that, maybe you've been offered help or gifts before, I think. Maybe family members might have offered you things in the past, and maybe you've had problems around that. There might have been some strings attached to gifts. I'm seeing one specific incident where someone told you or told a lot of people that they did something for you and almost made it look as if you'd asked for this help, or even that you insisted that they helped you, and that wasn't what had happened at all. But I'm not seeing any problems happening around this gift. If you accept this, it's going to be fine. There are going to be no problems around this, and they want you to have this. So say yes if this resonates. Please say yes to this. I really hope it does resonate with you. The next card you have for your present is the Seven of Swords. Yes. So yeah, I think there has been a lot of talk. Speaking of talk and gossip and things, there's been a lot of talk about you, there's been a lot of gossip about you, or just people wanting to give other people the wrong impression of you. It's something like that. I am seeing a difficult breakup in your past, and I think there was a bit of fault on both sides. But I think around the time of this breakup and after it, maybe even now, I think there are a lot of nasty things that were spread around about you, I think. And there is someone who really regrets things. I'm not actually seeing any hope of you getting back together or anything like that, or even that you want to. I was seeing someone new around you anyway in the Queen of Pentacles. But I think this ex, or whoever this is, might not be very well or something like that. I don't want to analyse people, of course, but I am seeing someone with a lot of problems, and I sort of see them going in cycles, if that makes sense. It's like one minute they want you back, and then the next minute they're trying to get over you, the next minute they're angry, and the next minute they're kind of quiet. All of these kind of different cycles. And then there's this kind of nasty cycle that I'm seeing where they start talking about you, gossiping about you, and spreading stories about you. So if this is resonating, I think you are doing the right thing around this, because I think you might just be kind of keeping to yourself, not reacting to any of this. You're not taking part in any of this drama. And I know this isn't easy, but I just keep on seeing that you need to keep on doing what you're doing, keep on doing the same thing that you're doing. I think you're doing the right thing here. I think this will probably eventually die down, but I am seeing that this is going to be eventually. You're going to have to go through a few more ups and downs before this is all over. So, but just hang in there, you're doing the right thing, because I think that if you do say anything or fuel any of this, it's going to escalate. So just be very, very careful, keep on doing what you're doing, and yeah, just hang in there. The last card you have for your present is the Two of Swords. Yeah. So again, this is another message about this person, and yeah, I don't want you to worry. I'm not seeing you being in any harm or anything like that. But yeah, definitely don't confront this person. There might actually be some pressure coming from somewhere for you to do something. Someone might be telling you, oh, you have to do something about them. You can't let them get away with this. You need to tell them this. You need to tell them that. You need to tell them to go away. You need to, all of these different things. They might be telling you, oh, get rid of this quickly, do something about this quickly. Now, I don't know if this is your partner pressuring you to do something. If it is your partner, I can understand that this is probably really, really stressful for them as well as you. But again, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by keeping quiet, and you're doing the right thing by trying to minimize all of this. And again, if you confronted them, you just fuel everything, and I think everything would just be out of control even more than it is now. And I think you know this. So you just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. If people tell you to do this or that or confront them, don't do that. You're doing the right thing. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So the first card you have for your future is the Five of Cups. Yes. So again, I keep on seeing this ex coming up. This is how they're feeling. This is how this ex is feeling. And the fact that I'm still seeing this in your future is telling me that this situation is going to continue on for a while. So again, just hang in there. It's going to keep on going on for a while. And you haven't totally lost contact with this ex. You haven't blocked them or anything like that. And I think there's some kind of practical reason behind that. It might be that you work together, or it might be that you used to run a business together and you're kind of working your way out of that situation, or it might be that you have children with this ex. It's something like that. And I think that the fact that you haven't totally broken contact with this person might be a bit of a problem for this partner, for the partner that you have now. There is some tension there. If this is resonating, I'm really feeling this tension, and I was seeing that in the Two of Swords as well. But I don't think your partner's saying everything that they'd like to say about this. I'm just looking at the bridge on this card, and I think that deep down they'd like you to burn this bridge. They'd like you to burn the bridge between you and your ex. But I think they also know that it wouldn't be right, it wouldn't be practical if you did that. So yeah, I'm seeing them not totally keeping quiet, but maybe not saying everything that they'd like to say, if that makes sense. I think if this is all resonating, you might want to have a conversation about this to them, because obviously this situation is putting you under stress, but they're under stress as well. They're under a lot of stress. So you might just want to talk to them about all of this. Yeah, the next card you have in your future is the Ten of Swords. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to repeat myself again. I can't help it. I just keep on seeing the same thing. Yeah, stay calm. Stay calm. You need to keep on doing what you're doing. You need to keep on staying out of all of this as much as you possibly can, because this card can be a warning sometimes. If you fight a battle and you don't know when to stop, and you keep on fighting and fighting and fighting, you might keep on fighting and fighting until you're dead. Obviously not literally, but sometimes some battles just aren't worth fighting, especially if they make your stress even worse than what it already is, and it's already bad. And you know this, I think, but your partner might not know this, because I keep on getting this feeling that they might be pressuring you, or they might think they want this resolved in some way. And they might even think They might even think that you're being too nice to this ex, or that you're letting them get away with things. And this is kind of bothering them. It's like, why are you so nice to them? They might even be a bit worried about you talking to them or whatever. So again, have this talk with them. Try to explain all of this to them. They are an understanding person. They really are. They're more understanding than this ex was, I'm seeing. Just reassure them, just explain this to them, just say, I really care about you, I want to be with you, I don't have any connection with my ex, it's just that I have to for this practical reason and that practical reason. I really care about you, I want to be with you. So just hang in there. I think this is going to be over soon, but I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to make it worse. You might have to just say something like that. So the last card you have for your future is the Devil. Yes, the ugly old devil. Oh, he's horrible. So again, this is how your partner sees this situation, I think, if this is all resonating with you. Look at how fat this devil is. Look at how fat he is. I'll just move that up. I know you probably don't want to see the devil. I don't either. But look at how fat he is. And look at the woman on this card. She has grapes. She has grapes at the end of her tail. So it's like she's feeding this devil with these grapes. And I think, no matter how many grapes she'd give to this devil, they'd never be enough. He'd just keep on taking and taking and taking more and more and more, feeding himself and feeding himself from this poor woman. And I think your partner sees you as being over-giving, too understanding, letting them get away with things. And they might even feel that you're chained to them, that you can't get away from them. You do have a reason why you're in contact with this ex, if this is resonating with you once again. And it's a valid reason. And you're not chained to them. Being chained to someone's a state of mind, and you're not in that state of mind. You don't want this person back. You're not interested in them in this way, and you'd probably prefer not to have any dealings with them at all. But you have to for practical reasons. And yeah, again, this partner that you're with might have this idea that you talking to them, you haven't blocked them, you're still in contact with them, because deep down they think that you might still have feelings for them. Look at this devil's legs. Look at the shape the devil's legs are making, a heart. You don't have any love for this person, you really don't, but I think this is the impression that this person might have, or they might have that little bit of worry in their mind that you're still talking to them because you might still have some kind of feelings for them. Now you don't. So what you need to do is you need to really, I sound like I'm really bossy, don't I? But yeah, you need to just really talk to them, really just reassure them, say, look, I'm with you because I love you. I don't want to be with that person. If I wanted to be with that person, I would. I don't want to. I want to be with you. I need to contact them for this practical reason. I don't want to, but I have to. If you want to look at my phone, you can look at my phone. If you want to look at any kind of talk I have with them, any texts, anything, you can look at them. It's fine. There's nothing I'm doing I don't want you to see. I want you to know that. And you might also want to just do other things to reassure them. Do practical things. Show them in different ways. Do nice things for them. Just reassure them and let them feel that you do care for them and they're the one that you care about. Also, I think you might also want to say to them or remind them not to take this or not to do anything about this themselves, because there might be, if you don't talk to them and you let this go on, they might start feeling like, well, you're not doing anything about it, so I'm going to go and talk to them myself. Don't ever do that. That's a very, very dangerous thing. Not dangerous as in, your partner will be in danger, but yeah, that's just not going to be good. You don't want to do that. So also, I think you also should remind them not to do that as well. So yeah, I'll just finish there. That's just what I'm seeing. I know this sounds very dramatic, but it's okay. I mean, eventually, I think this is all going to die down, and I think also when this dies down, it's going to ease a lot of this tension I can see around you and your partner right now.